About 2 years ago, my cousin began to act very strange. He stopped talking to the people around him and began having conversations with himself. He eventually stopped talking altogether and would stare off into space for hours. His strange behavior started out of the blue, so everyone thought he was maybe kidding, but my family eventually realized that he wasn't, that something was seriously wrong. My aunt finally got him psychiatrically evaluated, and the doctor said that the doctor diagnosed him with schizophrenia. I read many different definitions of schizophrenia. They were all worded differently, but ultimately said the same thing. They were all basically saying that schizophrenia is a mental illness that causes strange thinking and doesn't allow a person to realize the difference between reality and their imagination. Schizophrenia is commonly mistaken for a split personality or multi-personality disorder, but it is not. Living with schizophrenia can be a challenge if not treated correctly, but not so much if doctors prescribe medication are taken properly and patients attend psychotherapy. It is an illness that can happen to anyone at any time without any warning, but it mostly affects those in their late teens and early 20s. It is a common illness. Honor Society on COMM states that schizophrenia is a relatively common disorder. The disorder is more common than some diseases people hear more about, such as multiple sclerosis and Alzheimer's disease. Most people don't know this because it's rarely spoken about, and when it is interpreted wrong. As an example, TV shows make you believe that schizophrenia is a split personality disorder. Although there is no cure for schizophrenia, there are medications that can control the symptoms. On CytoCentral.com, in an article titled Schizophrenia Treatment, John M. Brahol implies that although there is medical treatment for the illness, successful treatment depends on a lifelong regimen of both drug and psychosocial support therapies. If medicine is not taken as prescribed, a person can begin having hallucinations. This may cause isolation from the normal world. In that same article, John M. Brahol also states that a recent National Institute of Mental Health study indicated, regardless of the drug, three-quarters of all patients start taking their medication at some point. Many patients will start taking their medication within the first year or even month after they begin taking them. Patients believe that the medicine is not helping them or only harming them. If a person goes without taking their medication for schizophrenia, it will not only affect them, their life, but also everyone around them. The Treatment Advocacy Center reports that some effects of not treating schizophrenia are homelessness, incarceration, episodes of violence, and even suicides. All those effects are effects that a person can cause on themselves because suicide is a mental illness. The Treatment Advocacy Center also states that there are approximately 1,000 homicides among the estimated 20,000 total homicides in the U.S. committed each year by people with untreated schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. This is because of hallucinations that someone with untreated schizophrenia would have. Even though someone with schizophrenia may think that their medication is not helping them or it is harming them, it's very vital that they continue with a solid regimen with not only taking prescribed medications but also engaging in psychotherapy. There are days my cousin will go without taking his medication, and I can always tell because he was beginning to isolate himself. I'll try the best of my ability to help him with his illness and find a steady routine with his medication. Although living with schizophrenia can be a challenge for the person who has it, but also the people around them, it's very important that medication is taken properly and regularly. There is still life after schizophrenia, as long as the right precautions are taken and there doesn't have to be isolation and hallucinations anymore. Schizophrenia is a serious illness and should not be taken lightly or left untreated.